Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Borderlands. Today we are going to be doing something quite different. So, there are numerous weapons. They're, oh god, hard to farm, and I do not have the soul nor the might to farm them. So instead, there is a lovely channel that I'm subscribed to, which hopefully if I don't forget, I'll link in the description. Remind me if I forget. Which basically uploads save files such as this, where it's an inventory full of, his Zane character always looks like a weird zebra, but essentially, it is a bunch of, it could be the ghost call, it could be whatever, with varying degrees of different shit, whatever it is. For instance, there's this one, enemies damaged by rack attack take 100% more damage for a short time. This is awesome, as well as this is the new weapon that I very much want, as well as this is a very good drop of that weapon. It is 2 times, as well as it has a big ass magazine, so lovely jubbly. Anyways, there's a bunch of different things, gain an additional rack attack charge, enemies damaged by rack attack do more damage for a short time. I guess this is if you do not want the double penetrating version. Cool. Rack attack has a 20% chance to critical things. Different sights, I would imagine. Cool. A lot of them are rack attack specific for flak. Increased melee damage. It's kind of weird. It's kind of, I guess, for Amara maybe. Killing an enemy grants 5. Yeah, this is good. Killing an enemy grants 5% weapon damage and reload speed for 25 seconds. This effect stacks. More damage while sliding. That's cool. It's one of the new anointed perks as well. While airborne, accuracy and handling are increased. This is already something with with this gun, so it's kind of strange. Get greater stability. Ooh, that one actually seems promising. It looks like way more damage. It's just, yeah, no, a lot lesser of a magazine, so you can't quite shoot as much. And then you got a bunch without anointed buffs. And again, it's not quite like all of the anointed perfect things, you know? Like there's sometimes there's the anointed buff that can be applied, which is like after action skill end, you get a 100% damage buff, period. And that's pretty damn good. So yeah, I think, yeah, actually I also downloaded a save file that is very synergized with flak. So we should do that today. Basically, the idea is that I you know how we usually spend like 10 hours farming for a weapon, and then for them to nerf it 2 weeks later, and then I'm still just bitter about it. Anyways, regardless, this way I just download a save file and I get to play with the weapon, and I still get to build in theory craft to see what synergizes with what, and yeah, and get basically prepared for the new upcoming DLCs. So the weapons that I really want in terms of this is this one. It's a 2 times with a giant ass magazine. Oh, but it also consumes 2 ammo per shot. Less ideal. Anyways, it also gives us, whenever we're gonna be playing Zane, which is basically, not Zane, sorry, we're gonna be playing Flak, which is basically his like caster kind of loadout, which is pretty interesting. But we're gonna store that. And yeah, this one almost has the same reload, except this one has critical hit. Let's also store that one. All the other ones we'll just leave it be. Ooh, there's a good one for Moe's. Sure, we have incendiary bullets on that, which this weapon cannot be elemental based, so that would be great. Although my Moe's is not spec'd for elemental fire because we'll die to that said fire. Anyways, we're gonna load back out. Boom, we're gonna load into our flak, and we're gonna just slurp those up and see if it plays well. And if it doesn't, then well, shit. Never mind. I do believe this person called him, yes, you're a wizard, Flak, is the save file I downloaded, which, by the way, if any of you guys want to do any of this, like download save files, all you need to do, like, again, how I found them was I just typed in save files. There's a website that basically holds save files, but there's a much better website called the Nexus. If you guys mod games at all, you know that's the thing. By the way, you're not modding the game, although you can accidentally get modded weapons. But a lot of the people that you actually can find don't mod the weapons, if that makes any sense. Also, ooh, we're really suffering right now. Regardless, we didn't want to be here. Also, I was testing this build, so I came to, you guessed it, Athena. This build is very fun. It's very much a mage kind of build for our boy Flak. Very cool and fun. But, yes. Yes, tons of damage, tons of good damage. Great. Let's go to Sanctuary and pick up those damn things. Now, yeah, I've not actually played too much with this Flak build. I kind of play with it a little bit because, well, I don't know. I'm a big sucker for like survivability and stuff. And I'm kind of destroyed by Moses build that we rock now, the TDM build that I also downloaded, because it's just it's just like so incredibly good. It doesn't synergize well. It just kind of it's banking off 2 types of things. The fact that we can regenerate our ammunition, and it's a build that anybody can really attain. Mo's kind of just makes it a tiny bit better, but not that much better, you know? Anyone can kind of do the whole life steal ammunition, throw a TD or a shotgun kind of jam. So yeah, yes, let's take the one that doesn't devour my magazine, and then the one that does. Oh, but this person has a bunch of guns on his character, apparently. Okay, we made room. Let's get this one and the 2x one. Perfect. All right, now we can commence testing this weapon with flak, which, by the way, is not going to be the best representation for the weapon's damage and all that because, well, you'll see. Well, I can show you now. Basically, the whole build is very, very interesting. It kind of plays off of your animals, not because there's basically a patch that buffed up flak and his pets, and but not quite as much. It's like they basically made flak, Mo's, and everyone's action skills a lot better, but then they were like, but what if we add Mayhem 4? And then it kind of just went to the same place it was kind of already at. I mean, you can survive and it's better, but it's still not like how other characters could basically survive in Mayhem 3 without really having to invest in like a pet or whatever, right? So anyways, regardless, this one has some pet damage. Your pet can kind of do a little bit. It reflects a tiny bit. This is mainly playing off the fact that when your pet is active and stuff, we get a bunch of stacks of frenzy and just a bunch of buffs in general. And this way we keep our pet alive constantly, as well as our pet actually regenerates our health over time, as well as that's what our, our other thing does. Also, pet damage and pet health and my health and all that stuff is buffed. Good. We have a chance of critical hitting whenever we do any damage to the body of an enemy. Great. Rack attack comes back faster with this, and so good. Then there's this. One thing I do want to change is this. Nope. There. Yeah, I want this and this, because our health, we need health. I don't, and also this increases our cooldown, which I don't want. I want to keep spamming racks consistently, because what we play off of is this perk right here. When enemies are damaged by a rack attack, they gain 100% more damage for a short time. Now, typically a short time is 10 seconds, which is not that short. But yeah. Also, we kind of play off of this. This is mostly there for like, yeah, honestly, this is not even that good. This is the new shield that like drops a damage circle around you. Again, not great. At least not what I would want. Probably this is much better. Also has to do with corrosive damage, unfortunately, though, which is fine, honestly. Again, I'd rather have something else, like a shield that just, yeah, gives me an additional rack. Sure, let's just do that. Do I have anything that can self-damage me? I do not. Unfortunately. Unfortunate, I don't. Anyways, yeah, regardless, that's the whole premise, is that we're weakening enemies, as well as there's this, which is amazing. This is Flak's brand new beast class, for those guys who did not know. When the whole Maliwan Blacklist site, whatever, came out, there was also a lot of new legendary class mods. So this one is Flak's new legendary class mod. Everyone got one. Essentially, whenever Flak's racks hit an enemy, they split into 2 more racks that seek out enemies. Now, the seeking for your racks is just generally terrible, but this is still great if the 3 or whatever end up spawning from one person, fly out at everybody. So this is just like a great ×10 thing, where racks were kind of just okay for general things. This makes them just good on a base level for like a burst of power, which is also why this build is called the whole, Flak the caster, basically. And then we have this one, which honestly, I'd rather have this one, yes. Where essentially every time we activate our action skill, which we do constantly, we'll regenerate another grenade. But I do believe the one we had was, yeah, centered to like cryo damage, whatnot. So, neat. Anyways, regardless. This is the new weapon. It is the, what is it called again? Sorry. Crusader, yes, the Crusader, which, by the way, has a couple prefixes or like gimmicks behind it. Essentially, it's just on a base level, a very, very strong, yeah, as you guys can see, we're doing 7,000, just really strong SMG. But if we actually jump in the air, yes, we get crazily accurate. And the other thing is that you guys will notice, if we switch to this, we're running, we switch to the other one, boom, we got a much better movement speed buff. So if you have this as well as the slide decal, I think is what it is, or not the decal, sorry, we're playing not playing Let It Die. The special like artifact that gives you like quickly like frost slide, you'll be good to go. But I really want to play with this and see if it even harmonizes really well with our build and all that stuff. So let us begin. Now, even in like the gameplay that I've seen this build be activated in, it's good, but it's not like Amara good, nor is it Mo's good. Yeah, like you'll do fine, and it's weird because like we have like so many things perfectly in synergy right now. Like I could show you the entire build, how this guy has like the best tiny modifiers on these weapons, and yeah, like to me, when you're able to get all of those tiny things in line, you've earned the right to be like a kind of a monster. Yeah, see, we got action skill cooldown right. That's pretty fantastic. We also got area of effect, shield cooldown right. Okay, we could have better things here. I thought this guy had a much better equivalent. Yeah, unfortunately, no. Oh, but this is that slidey thing, which we could do. Sure. Let's see how quickly we can move. How fast are we? Or is it capped? It may be capped. Is that no? I want the 2 times one. 2 times. All right. Let's see how much this chews for ammunition. We're so fast. Also, we probably need to save and quit because we definitely yeah. So they're gonna split off and make thousands of other racks, and this does just such good base damage overall. We're good to go. I see the gameplay. I seen that this was way more strong. You know, maybe I'm just crazy. Although I don't know. My action skill's taking forever to come back. Although a majority of the time you are just sitting there like casting, you know, like you're using your abilities in conjunction and stuff like that. All right, so we got one of these. We're gonna weaken you. You're gonna split off, or our racks are gonna split off and make more. And you are close to dead. Weird, like yeah, well I think it's just because this consumes so much ammo so quickly. Yeah, so even though we have 31 bullets, it's nothing because this gun shoots too quickly. Rack! Racks! Oh, see, that killed you. Wow, okay. Well, there's that. More racks! More grenades! Kill that little flying thing. Yeah, see, even when I'm hammering you in the skull, it's not quite... Yeah, I've seen gameplay of this in action, and it was wrecking people. So I don't really get it. I don't know why. It's almost like it's not even working. Yeah. Let's activate some rack attack. Alright, we have to reload. I mean, it kind of works. It's just a bit finicky. I mean, yeah, I don't know, I was expecting way more from this gun in general.
How are your last breaths going?
I can kind of see Moe's being able to, like, with a run and gun kind of thing, of being able to run and jump. I gotta heal.
Pocket racks.
Pocket racks. Roll out. I mean, I do feel like a wizard. I was hoping this gun would be pretty damn solid, and it is for moving around. But all the videos I've seen of people using it, it was way better. So I don't know. And again, we should be like, we don't even have like a basic bitch version, unless maybe the modifier is tagged against it. I do think we're on Mayhem 4. Yeah, we're on Mayhem 4. Shotguns deal more damage, enemies fire 2 projectiles, so it's not like we're doing low damage or anything like that. So weird. We are moving quick though, so there is that. You're weakened. You're weakened. Yeah, I couldn't even kill you in one clip. I mean, if that's the deterrent, then I guess that's a bad deterrent, but still. Give it a minute. I see this is the Maggie, which also has the same perk that I'm looking for. And now you're gonna melt. Yeah, you're gonna melt because I hit you with rack attack, and this is how the build's supposed to work, you know? So you're weakened because of rack attack. I just focus on that critical hit on the back of you. I'll get you dead, but goddamn. Yeah, see, Mose has destroyed me. Mose has made me a terrible person. I died. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the weird thing. We need survivability is the weird bit of business. in order to actually be able to survive. But yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of was just stumbling, but yeah, the new weapon. Well, Jesus Christ, the weapon looks giant in Flak's hands, but. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I seen gameplay of it beforehand from like when it was just getting out released, and on Twitter I seen the person being like, "Dude, this gun's amazing. It melts. Also, it makes you move faster and you get accuracy in air," which, by the way, feels very janky. Like when you're like in Borderlands, I think it was the first Borderlands. I was constantly jumping because in that game, for whatever reason, like on a dime, your momentum could change and you would go that way, which made the whole jumping and like kind of dodging in the air work. Like you could literally just midair just be changing your momentum just by tapping your feet on the ground. You'd be going hard left. Whereas this game kind of has physics where you carry your momentum if you're moving in that direction. So yeah, the whole like jumping and being accurate isn't as usable because you're not able to carry your momentum if you are trying to dodge. Like you just feel like you're just not going quick enough in that direction to actually be dodging enemies' fire. What do you call it? The movement speed is cool, but again, I'm weirded out because I thought for sure that this weapon was like fantastic when it came to like killing enemies. Yeah. And then I'm just kind of like, oh, never mind. I guess it's just kind of, it's fine. Like that's a badass enemy and we got lit up to shit. So, yep. And hopefully we'll be able to kill you at a certain point. Even getting criticals is proving to be not ideal. And my beast died who has so much health. Very strange. Very, very strange. See, then there's this weapon, which is just fantastic. This is stuff that's supposed to work with the build. As soon as those racks hit you, yeah, you're gonna take so much more damage, and I can just laser beam you, and you'll die in no time. Boom, bam. We're just gonna throw a bunch of grenades and hope for the best. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna go well, but I can hope for the best. Try to melt you, and I died. And I died. Yeah. Yes. Right. Don't die like this, me! Somehow I lived. I don't know what the fuck happened. Also, what did we get over there real quick? Oh, it's like a customization thing. No, it's the ruby, which I have thousands of, but thanks anyway. Alright, so we might do this in the future. This was kind of fun, just getting the weapon and seeing what's up with it. Although, again, I don't know, did they patch nerf it? I seen some videos where people were fucking shit up with it, like just hammering a crit spot and melting people, so don't know if they had like a build that was doing most of the work. Although Flak is made, like, yeah, Flak is a bad bitch right now. Like I should have that same benefit. Yeah, we're gaining a ton of action skill damage on a passive. We're gaining a bunch of gun damage from this. Yeah, we're getting critical damage versus humans. We're getting tons of stacks of frenzy, which means we have more damage on that, and then we get a ton of damage from that as well. That frenzy thing, I just remembered that. And yeah, I don't know. Like we should be getting that like dumbness applied to ourselves, but it's proving to not quite be the case, unfortunately. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say besides, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Also, Jesus Christ, man, the racks look terrible. Like, Bloodwing looked pretty dope. This just looks like a mess. Like the most nightmarish bird on the planet. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you dearly for your time. This has been a blast. It's great. I was able to, and you're able to as well, just go down and download the save file and find your save folder and paste it in there with hopefully not an already saved thing, because you gotta make it like save 1. If you already have a save 1, most likely you have to make it a save 208, and I'll put it at the very bottom. You'll find it that way. Anyways, regardless, this was lovely. Although again, I do like the idea of farming for things that are powerful. Like that's not what we're doing here. Is trying to like just fuck off with farming. We have farmed constantly on stream the Mollywan takedown, and we've just never gotten this one to drop. And I still want to play with it. And also the idea of farming endlessly for the perfect thing would be a pill that I'd be willing to swallow. But with them having nerfed things in the past that are powerful, and that when you do fight to get the best equivalent, like the reoccurring hex, and then they nerf it, you're like, oh, well then why would I dedicate so much time to getting the perfect equivalent to when that could just be useless tomorrow, you know? So again, that problem is still seated in my mind, which is why I was pulled into this direction, which is save files, where that way you don't have to do that, despite I think a lot of people would be willing to do that if they for sure knew that you were done nerfing shit that was strong. But anyways, I digress once again. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen, and goodbye.